less is not simpler. Productivity systems in 2020, what do we mean by this? I think it's this morning we actually decided to talk about. It was just something I published on YouTube talking about building productivity systems, and 3 comments I discussed there that I got on YouTube. And this triggered Paco. So he wanted to dive deeper with this, what I shared in this video. So maybe you want to sum it up as you watched it. And beware, Paco is not a YouTube watcher or not watching on YouTube anything. So I'm really honored Paco invested 10 minutes watching the whole video.
Yeah, I think it's one of the few things that I'm not subscribed to. And it's YouTube, man. I keep watching ads, in the middle of Mr. Solid explaining productivity system. I don't know, someone tries to sell me a coffee machine or something like that. So it's very interesting, that change of. No, but I am impressed because I think that piece of content represents all that in there. I think that what busy professionals are always been waiting for, that it's a solution to their needs. And here we explain why we are different from other offerings that people can find in the market, why busy professionals need a productivity system end-to-end, and what that really means, okay? Because we know that many people are not aware of this concept, okay? Not even what a productivity system is. They have, some vague idea, but here we clearly define, because it's quite pedagogical, and that's something that I would like to emphasize about this video. It takes 38 minutes because explaining something complex such as a productivity system end-to-end is not easy, okay? And here we go through the step to justify why a productivity system end-to-end is what busy professionals need, and how we make that a reality, okay, by following the ICOR journey, but also why it makes sense, okay, because we haven't created the ICOR journey just for the sake of it, or because we want to deliver a lot of courses, but because we know, okay, that that's the right step by journey that any busy professional needs to follow. And I'm really, really happy because finally it shows that the approach of one tool for everything doesn't work, okay? And the moment that we put into the test any tool, it doesn't matter if it's Obsidian, ClickUp, Notion, whatever we may think, it doesn't work, okay? We show why it doesn't work in this video too, okay? So it represents everything.
This is all about. So there was a comment that triggered the whole video, right? In fact, it was 3 comments, and maybe you read out these comments to have the context for the people, what you're talking about. And, the first comment from Svikol, it was, I'm very impressed about how many tools you use. I mainly use Tana and trying a bit of Heptabase. I can't imagine using 5 to 10 tools, and 2 is already hard. And the second one was, and it's from GG 4952. I think, joined for free. So if you're watching this now, welcome. Hope you watched the video as a response to your comment. This is where Paco got involved, as he commented. Paco says on X, biggest productivity mistake, overcomplicating everything. I find this kind of counterproductive with all the apps you always use and suggest to others. It's not just complicated, but also overwhelming. And my whole point was especially 2 things in this video that I had to be able to stay calm. Because I always start raging whenever I go too deep into the details. But 2 things I pointed out. 1, these comments are always without context. Who is actually writing this, right? If it is a student writing this, it's a completely different perspective on the things than a busy professional would write it. So yeah, I think it's important to see what profession is behind these comments. So that's why I encourage, since from now on, always to also provide your profession so we can better understand why you're commenting and why you're commenting what you're commenting. And the second one was with the tools, that there's not one tool for everything, that people are not even aware of all the tools they're actually using. At the moment they start thinking about what tools they actually have on that tool list, becomes very crazy how many tools they actually have and how many redundancies. And if somebody writes, I started using Tana and now a bit of Heptabase, This already implies that this person has no idea what this person is doing with these tools, because you cannot use a bit of something that sounds like, yeah, I'm playing around with the things, but I have no concept. I have no workflows behind this. I have no approach how to use these tools. And that's what I crystallized in this video, where I showed that each tool needs to have its purpose and how, and that's, I think, where I really like the video too, where I linked the ICOR framework back to the ICOR methodology and the different steps in the ICOR journey. And I show all the different concepts and workflows and how they are tied to the ICOR framework as well.
Correct. And also we show, because we have two different perspectives from the ICOR framework, the standard one that is the ICOR framework itself, okay? But another one that represents what a productivity system end-to-end, that it's a magic slide that I do love, okay, where we can see what a productivity system end-to-end is, and with the different areas of the ICOR framework represented on top. I think that those two perspectives of the ICOR framework are pretty useful. Okay. The second one is not the ICOR work. Okay. Just to clarify the things, it's a productivity system end to end, but represent, okay, and highlighting the different areas that are represented in the ICOR framework. Okay. And I think that says it all. Okay. This shows the complexity of building this thing and how easy it is by following the ICOR journey. Okay. That's why we encourage the people, especially today. Okay. Because this week we're going to launch the second edition of our cohort, the ICOR journey cohort, and it will start on Thursday. And we have another one till September. Also beware, because our schedule is really busy, and especially because we're going to launch today, pretty soon. Okay. Pretty soon. ICOR for Teams, that the cherry on top that we were missing. And with that, we cover everything, okay, to the best, talking about personal productivity, but also perfectly the team area of productivity system end to end. No matter that we explain something in the ICOR journey, but this ICOR for Teams product goes really deep into this, being fully focused on how a team should be work to become productive. Okay. And that's the thing, because it's important to have accountability, talking about being guided through the ICOR journey, okay? Because these are the big pushes that we always recommend from time to time. We have made it for many of our products, okay, where we push really hard. In the case of Tom, it was the Heptabase Mastery course. Related to a product that we were both committed was the ICOR journey book that we made a huge push to that product. And sometimes whenever you think about what am I missing about myself, and if it's a productivity system, if a busy professional is not working properly, suffering a lot of friction, okay, here's the accountability and step-by-step guide, the live sessions every week, to end up within 1 month with a productivity system perfectly implemented and having that solid foundational core from where they can keep growing, because the journey cohort offers lifetime access. Okay, that's important to highlight also, the lifetime access that you receive. And well, everything is perfectly described in this video that Tom launched. Perfect.
But it's important to talk about the key takeaways there as well. Another one was that if you go to YouTube and you search for productivity solutions, they really focus on personal productivity. So that's why I decided to name this video Business Productivity System, because this is what is officially the definition of what we offer here. It is not only your personal productivity, but also your business productivity too, which includes team management, project management, and things like that. And we always say productivity system and then, yes, it could imply that it is PKM and goes beyond that. It's the task management too, but it goes far beyond. So it is also business that is included, which is the business project management and business knowledge management. And that's the key that differentiates this from many other methodologies out there, and I pointed out in the video. Because if you go to YouTube, you usually only get even just one part of a productivity system for personal use. So
Correct.
Focus is PKM, personal knowledge management. Most of the time you find ways to take better notes, to manage your notes, and then you have notes. And what? How do you make action out of this? And then you have the other gens talking about time management and the task management and all this thing, but they don't talk about knowledge management. That's disconnected. So you start looking at the two different channels and make up your own solution, but it's disconnected, right? Information and action is disconnected, building it this way, and still you're just in the personal productivity space. So now we go not only the way to connect information and action together with ICOR in the personal space, but the business productivity system is then also including the project management, where you have the big vision of your goals and how to follow them and how to complete them on the autopilot. And perfect answer, why are you so efficient, is that we don't have to search for information the moment we need to do things, because that's what's holding back people. They have an amazing PCAM system, but when the team tries to find something, they reach out to this one amazing person who has a great note-taking system and asks for information all the time. And there's a lot of wasted time, and that's why we need to have to bring this knowledge around knowledge management also into the business world, but we cannot be as complicated and overcomplicating things as we do for our personal lives. Maybe we want it this way. Maybe we want to have backlinks and all these things, but a team, they don't want to have this. Every person in the team is individual. So therefore the knowledge base needs to be looked different for the business part than for the personal. Then people say, but I'm a solopreneur. So how does this apply to me? It's the same. I was a solopreneur for a long time and I worked exactly this way. I pretended that I'm working with a team, and that was my space where I had the business knowledge. So I had to have the opportunity when I go to this task, I need to know exactly the moment I go there and I want to work on there, all the things that I need to know in order to get the things done as quick as possible. And these are the things that makes it so comprehensive. And when you watch this video that we are talking about here, I go to the overview of the ICOR journey map, where you see all the concepts and workflows in one place, like weekly planning and daily planning and routines and goals and projects and all the things you find on this map. But things are always disconnected when you look for this on YouTube. Somebody talks about Eisenhower matrix and tells you something about prioritization. Then you go to the next thing and they tell you something about shallow and deep work, right? Something that we talk a lot about too. But how is everything interconnected? And this is what ICO provides. It is a productivity system end to end. And by this, we mean the concepts and workflows that we have established in the system are tool agnostic. And now when you go to the tools that we use, each tool individually has its specific purpose, and therefore it has its right to be on this tool stack. But if you're using 10 different note-taking apps and you place this on this ICOR framework that I show there, then you realize that, yes, it makes no sense to use Tana and a bit of Heptabase and maybe not even rare, still using Apple Notes and a note paper notebook, things like that. Here we're talking just about one specific area of the productivity system, and then it makes no sense to fill this up with redundant tools. And that's what people misconception. That's the people going to the comments and say, how can you use all these different tools? And how do we need to learn to go when to go to what tool? No, it's context switching. If I want to go to context to project management, I know what tool to go because there's single source of truth for the projects. If I need to look up something for the business, I know where to go for the business knowledge management to find the information because there's only one place I need to go and I can trust the information in this place is current and I don't have to even reach out to anybody who might know where is the latest email that was sent with this information and things like that.
Well, the thing is, all these different areas in a productivity system are not well defined. People have not clear the boundaries because they are overlapping, and that's what the ICOR framework shows. That is the overlapping between the different areas. So everything is perfectly and well defined. What it's related to the personal area, talking about knowledge management, and action, talking about task management or how we call it personal project management. Okay. And the moment that you try to work with a team, things becomes even more complicated. But sometimes it's not even easy to differentiate between information and action, and that's something that we see in our cohorts, but also in our inner circle programs. Okay, another program that we have just with 6 people on it, and there we see that sometimes and many daily situations is not easy to differentiate between information and action. And the moment that you don't have those things clear is the moment that everything mess up, and that's why ICOR is specifically designed for busy professionals, because we know how complicated the real life of a busy professional is, because we are busy professionals, okay? And we know that we can just explain a part or subpart of subsystem of a productivity system like the PKM system or the task management system, no matter that we were able to perfectly define it, okay? Because it's in the overlapping that things becomes chaotic. And that's what we try to solve, and that's what we have indeed solved, okay? Because we have seen real results, okay, of people that have gone through the ICOR journey and our products and services, and there's a huge difference between how they perceive the world of productivity comparing when they started and when they finish, okay? That's something that is not easy to do. To change how you enter the world or approach the world of productivity is not easy at all. And that's what we have figured out through a methodology and through a process that you can easily follow, okay? Because this was based on intuition for Tom and myself, because we work this way on autopilot. But when we try to explain to someone else, we need to be really precise about the terms, the concepts, the workflows. Everything has a meaning, because the moment that we change or we don't have that meaning crystal clear, things becomes chaotic. And the moment that we put volume, that I think that that's one of the main painful things in the world of busy professionals, that is volume. We are dealing with hundreds of tasks, with a lot of projects, with a lot of email, with a lot of meeting. It's a atmosphere that if you don't have crystal clear or are backed by a productivity system, it's not easy to survive, okay? And that's when friction points start, when you start wasting time, when you think that tools are the problems. That's something that we show in this video too, why tools are not the problem. It's the way that you are using and interacting with each tool that creates the problem. And that's why people just following intuition think that by having just one tool, everything will be pretty easy, because in theory, okay, everything is connected. You just go to one place to find the things. By the point is that the moment that you start storing everything in just one single app, it's gonna become a chaos. It's impossible to have everything perfectly structured and to manage the different brain processes that we are dealing, because it's not the same sharing information with a team. It's not myself thinking in my own world. It's not the same how I quickly jot down the things compared to how I manage my time. There are many different brain processes that are running simultaneously within just one day. That's why it's important to do and implement our approach. That is taking the best features of each app and based in our use case. And that's what's not easy at all. Okay. But that's what we succeed. Okay.
Yeah.
By
And the moment volume comes into play, into the game, or into the equation, that's again what I pointed out more than once in this video too, and I will keep doing this. If you never suffered a busy work environment, then you neither appreciate what we have to offer with ICOR, and I can't blame you for that, because you have no idea the use case it needs to be applied to, which is a competitive work environment. You want to achieve more, to get opportunities that you cannot take on. You want to take on additional projects, but you hit a ceiling. If you having a few tasks every day and you're fine, then there's no need to change anything. And then there's no need to go to the comments and tell me, well, I don't need this. Then I'm so happy for you, because you're living a very fulfilled life. That's great. But the members who joined us, they're already very successful in life and achieve a lot in business too. And they just want to get even further. And what they realize is, first of all, that they are not alone, as this is a common thing, right? And The only thing that we attack in these environments is removing. That's the biggest chunk and it gives the biggest boost in productivity is removing the friction to find the information the moment you need it. And by information in this regard, I also mean, what do you do now? What do you need to do now? Right? What is it that I should work on? What is the prioritization here? And where do I find the information to get this done? What I need to do now? These are the questions that people tackle every day in their life. And even worse, reaching out to other people asking for these comments or the team leader to make decisions to what is the most priority, the most important thing to do now and things like that. And by killing this frees up so much time that can be used for other things again. And that everything, well, it's then a much more efficient system that you're running and it's removing a lot of many things like finger pointing and things like that are removed as well. And that's the reason what Paco also for going really deep into the coaching, where we try to understand the specific use cases, because we can give different perspectives on the things than just watching the course on your own. And that's also the reason why for the inner circle members and also for the ICOR journey cohort, they get lifetime access. So the inner circle members also for the ICOR journey cohort. So this ICOR journey cohort is a huge cohort. There will be there are thousands of members then in there, and they are recurring cohorts. So each member joining will be able to not only watch all the previous recordings of all the previous cohorts sessions, but also the future cohort sessions you can access for free too. Why do we do this? It is because we keep adding perspectives to the same thing. We talk about the same thing, but we provide more perspectives. And that's why in the ICOR journey cohort, we will build up this library. There's already one complete cohort in there recorded that you can rewatch all 7.5 hours of recording if you want to go through this and see all the things that we discussed with our members there. And this will be more and more and gives you the opportunity to see a lot of perspectives. And by the way we do this, focusing each week on the different area of the productivity system, which you know, on PKM in the first one, task management in the second week, project management in the third week, and automation and optimization, workflow automation and optimization in the last week. Therefore, you have recordings that are focused on this area. So now you go into a recording of PKM or you join the cohort this week if you're not there yet. And if you haven't RSVP'd yet and you're already in the ICOR journey cohort, please go over there and don't miss out to join us live later this week as we are starting this. And this is a opportunity you shouldn't miss, because this will be the last one where you can join us live and ask us questions this week and this month, these 4 weeks or 5 weeks, in fact, because then there will be a long pause until autumn, until fall, when we do the next cohort. And the only way to get coaching from us will be then the inner circle coaching months in between. So either if you are not sure if you should upgrade to the ICOR journey cohort, that would be the best moment right now, because you get access to our live coaching starting this Thursday. Or if you're already in there, and I know many of you are, that don't miss out to join us starting this Thursday as well.
Yeah, it's important because that's how we conceive our products since we started designing them. Understanding that productivity is an ongoing process, that it's endless. Okay, it will never end. We are always polishing, improving. That's why we wanted to create something that people can join and constantly be, first of all, in touch with busy professionals, because that's the profile that we have inside our membership. Okay, so people that are suffering the exact same reality every single day. Okay, so I think that creates a lot of motivation. Okay, because there we solve real problems coming from real situations in real life, but also that we are constantly upgrading the things. Okay, we are upgrading, putting content constantly of articles, videos, productivity golden ICOR concepts that we think that useful to know different perspectives, but also upgrading all the different courses and launching new courses. I mean, recently we have launched the Heptabase mastery course, and we will keep, okay, because this is our concept of business and productivity, okay, something that you need to be aware constantly to keep living a better life, okay? Working in the best way possible with the different tools that you have available in the market, but knowing why you are choosing each tool, because that's something that gives you the sense of control and power. The moment that no matter your need, you know the tool that you should go to, I think that that's impressive. And it's like we always use the same metaphor that is, if you just have one password manager like LastPass or one password, you know perfectly when you need to store or retrieve a password that you go there. So imagine the moment that you say, I want to see all my speedies. I want to check all the goals of the team. I want to know that article that I know that I store somewhere. Everything, in that quote, chaotic tool stack that is not chaotic at all, because the moment that you know perfectly what tool you should go to store or retrieve something, everything works on autopilot, just following uh, your intuition and your common sense, because it's your productivity system. It's not something that we have standardized, okay, and everyone needs to use it the exact same way or with the exact same tool stack. It's something that little by little, the moment that you understand the core foundational concepts and workflows, you start, growing on your own. And I think that pretty important and significant, because that's what we wanted to see. And that's why we cover any industry, any busy professional profile, any position in a company. It doesn't matter if you are a freelancer or a solopreneur or a C-level manager, if you work in a huge company or a small one, it doesn't matter at all, because at the end, we just want to perfectly manage our work the best way possible to achieve our goals. And that's what we deliver and what people achieve. And here, I think that we are one of the best representations, because we are constantly using ICOR, okay, and on a daily basis, and here we are, okay. I think that it's the smallest team possible to deliver as many things as we have delivered since Tom and I met each other. We have done this in less than 3 years, and I think that creating in this period of time, well, in my case, is one of my main goals in life, no matter all the things that I have managed, okay? But with this small team, okay, for me, it could have been literally impossible to deliver things with the level of quality that we are delivering, because that's really, really important for us. And that's why, for instance, why we killed our first product that we made together, Tom and myself, because we consider that it wasn't as useful, okay, as we consider that things with the brand of the paperless movement needs to be. We want to be things that really have a deep impact, okay, that the ROI is perfectly guaranteed and multiply by 10, 100, whatever. That's what we want with each of our products. And at the beginning, we didn't achieve that thing, and we literally killed a product that, well, we almost died, okay, launching that product, because it was insane. What we did, it was a whole productivity system course covering everything in just one course. But it it shows us that this is really complicated. And that's why we start creating these chunks that are the 5 different courses that we offer in the ICOR journey and that we go through in this ICOR journey cohort. So imagine, and as Vincent is saying, imagine what it will be in another 3 years. And I cannot imagine, because now this is the first moment where we are really, the first year, okay, that we are really compounding and leveraging, because what we have built is a system itself. And now we are feeling how we can deliver with the highest quality possible. And this video that we started commenting is one representation, okay, just a drop in the ocean of leverage that shows how everything is combined, okay, in the knowledge, the methodology, the branding, the messages, the communication, the clarity, okay, because we couldn't communicate with this clarity when we started working together, Tom and myself, because we have been constantly polishing, refining, and making things better, easier to understand for the people, and easier to implement, because we want solutions, okay? We want solutions for the people.
Comment inside the community from, I don't know the name, or I don't remember the name, but I saw the comment that when I asked if somebody read the ICO Journey book, And I saw the comment. Yes, I read it, and I will try to make a one-pager out of it so I can implement it. That was the comment. And I just saw this comment again today, and I thought, man, you have no idea how much we condensed everything down already into that book. So even very comprehensive book and can compete with any other methodology books that you see out there, also in length. It is the shortest you can have in order to learn what we mean by ICOR. So good luck with the one pager and share it with us. Obviously, in this video, I shared a one pager, right? It just gives you the names of the concepts and workflows. And that's the overview you need maybe as a cheat sheet to see, to get reminded, what you should use. But good luck to break it down onto a one page to learn what this actually means to have a productivity system end to end. And in the chat,
Yeah.
Vincent, you mentioned can't wait for the mastery click up course. Even if it's 1 to 2 things I learned from it, it is so worth it. No worries, things are coming. We changed a bit the schedule of the mastery courses as we wanted to double down again on the ICOR for Teams, as we decided not only to launch ICOR for Teams and leverage what we have there, but actually launch a whole new course with how many lessons, Paco?
I think there are 24 lessons.
Yeah, it's 20.
Okay. With, I think, more than 30 videos, a ton of magic slides. Okay. Because magic slides are slides that are graphics. Okay. That we represent the concepts, the workflow, the things that we want to communicate for easier understanding, but also easy access after the course. Okay. Things that you just looking at that magic slide. Every one of them has been deeply thought in the ICOR journey. We got more than 100, just so people are aware of the effort that we put into this, simplifications of the things. But the thing is that we want to feel proud, and also we love to receive, the real feedback and the impact that we are having in the busy professionals community, that I think that they were demanding this type of services and products, okay, to enhance the current system that they were running, because most of them, and that's the thing, there are successful people, that just want to move to the next level to avoid that suffering process, okay, that friction, and that are conscious that productivity is an asset itself, okay? The more productive it's not a matter of just achieving goals, it's just the way that we achieve goals, okay? Because we can perfectly achieve goals, okay? And that's what our busy professionals and our members have done all their lives, because it's impressive, the curriculums and the positions and the responsibility and the projects that they have developed. But the thing is that we can achieve goals with less suffering. And that doesn't means that you're not going to do a push sometimes or something like that. But that is the exception, okay? We bet on what we call work stream mode. That is, you got a system running constantly, day by day, effortlessly, and it's driving you towards your goals on autopilot. And that sounds like a dream, but that's how we work. Okay? And not only in the paperless movement. So in my case, I'm running 3 additional businesses. That's how we work in all of them, because that's what deliver results without burning out. Because that's the thing. We don't want people, okay, just achieving goals and ending up burning out, because that doesn't make any sense. Talking just about life, okay, and having a beautiful life. We want to achieve the goals. We want to grow in life, but without those friction and making things as easy as possible, okay? And I think that a productivity system allows people to do exactly that, okay? To achieve the things without suffering at all. And I think that that's crucial too.
Amen. All right.
Okay.
That was it. Week. Next week, we will be back with another productivity topic, or what we see inside the community that might trigger us, and maybe new findings that Paco or I find along the way.
Yes, because I got here an idea, man, that I've been delaying, that it's about Superhuman, that I would like to talk about that amazing company and business. And it's something that I would love to talk. I hope the next week it'll be possible. And if not, well, sooner or later we will talk, because the moment that we see companies that are really, really aligned with how we see the things. And I think that Superhuman is an excellent use case because they suffer a lot as a business. Okay. And I think that that's something that people are not aware of. Okay. They think that everything is easy and that at the end you end up with a super product without suffering and a lot of painful situations. And I think that as a use case, yes, as business, but also about productivity, I think it would an excellent topic to talk about for our people.
Well, then let's keep this in mind for next week then. Catch you up then. Bye-bye.
Thank you, guys. See you. Bye.